A few weeks ago, I found a moment to visit a cafe here on Jeju Island. If you've ever been to South Korea, you'll know that there are so many cozy and unique cafes around. And I love finding new places to relax, enjoy coffee, and sometimes sketch. I've been drawing a lot of portraits. In this video though, I wanted to practice figure drawing and especially textiles. Drawing more figures and a variety of different clothing is my sketching goal overall for the year, instead of defaulting to portraits all the time. So let's tackle some of those art weaknesses and see if I can sketch while sitting kind of awkwardly at a small table. I immediately learned an important lesson about sketching and filming at a cafe. I really should have checked out the location before making plans and carrying my camera there. Because while Lalalatte in Hamdeok has beautiful vintage decor and lots of fancy coffee and tea, the lamps are very yellow, it's quite dark, and the tables and chairs definitely aren't meant for drawing. To warm up, I just had to sketch the beautiful tea set. It's been forever since I just drew sketches like this from life, and I've added it to my growing list of art goals for 2024. Then I started to do what I'd planned on practicing. I used the poster for one of my favorite comfort movies, Pride and Prejudice, as reference, and immediately learned the second lesson for drawing and filming in a cafe. There's just no way to set up my phone to see the reference image and also have my sketchbook and pencils and camera all on small cafe tables. To start, I used the 50% warm grey color to sketch in the overall figure. I used clay rose to sketch in some of Lizzie's face, and combined that with the lighter seashell pink to get her pale skin tone. To make her stand out, I shaded the background with a Derwent Chromaflow pencil in slate grey. I'd of course never do this during the busy summer season, but in winter, Jeju is quiet and slow, and I enjoyed just sipping my tea and focusing on drawing for a while. You might notice that there's a lot of real-time footage for this sketch. I'm a pretty slow sketcher, a slow artist in general, and social media sometimes makes it look like art happens in a matter of minutes or even seconds. I like seeing real-time painting or drawing footage by other artists. The little pauses between each pencil line when someone considers where to place the next one. The hesitation, the organic process. It feels very meditative to watch, and I hope I captured what sketching actually feels like. Here I'm adding a saturated red-brown tone to the transition from light to shadow. With a warm light, like the sunshine here hitting her hair and face, this is where the colors would be warmest and most saturated. This is a trick I learned about recently and want to apply to my sketches and paintings more often. With the 50% warm grey that I mentioned earlier, I drew a light layer over the entire shadow area, hair and skin both, to unify the shadows more. Our eyes can see details well in light, or where light transitions into darkness, but in shadow, details become blurry. It's why a lot of old masters like Rembrandt paint their shadows in transparent dark layers, not adding any sharp details, and I'm trying to emulate that here with colored pencils. Then, to add contrast for the truly dark areas where practically no light gets through, I'm using my trusted old indigo blue pencil, my oldest Prismacolor pencil that I raved about in my previous sketchbook video. I only layered some black over that in the darkest areas, so behind or underneath her arm, where the arm casts a shadow combined with the already dark brown cloth of her dress. I avoided black in any other areas, like her hair or especially face. In my previous sketch, I'd used dark colors in a portrait for the mouth and eyes, and made the expression too harsh, so I wanted to avoid that here. The folds of her skirt were an exercise in patience. For some reason, my brain just doesn't get how clothing folds work and how to paint them, so I tried a new approach here. Instead of focusing on the vertical lines, I captured the shape of each individual fold with these small curved textures. That helped me understand the actual 3D shape of her skirt, and in the end I really enjoyed the approach, even if it took me a while. Filming this is also how I noticed some bad drawing habits of mine, like sometimes going too slow, even for me, which makes my lines stiff. And also, I'm holding my colored pencils really close to the tip. I hope that I can be more conscious of my posture and grip the next time I sketch. Happy that I got to add 2 little sketches to my sketchbook as I slowly fill this one, and I'm optimistic about finishing this sketchbook at least before summer. So while my first try at filming in a cafe wasn't optimal, I still had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you for my next art video.